How is it going, everyone? JiraiyaGaming here. Welcome back to episode number 67 of my Jiraiya's Topic Wednesdays. This week, guys, we're going to be talking about, of course, are guys just as emotional as women? Now, obviously, if you're a female, I'd love to get your thoughts and opinion. What do you think of the opposite sex? The same goes, of course, for a guy. What do you think of the opposite sex as well, and which you think is more emotional? Just in general. Now, obviously, you have a lot of guys that are emotional, and in my opinion, and of course from my experience, I would say guys are emotional, but not as emotional as women. Now, obviously, that varies too as well, because you do have some guys that are more entwined with their, I guess in a sense, for a lack of a better word, you can say their feminine side, and that doesn't necessarily mean that person is gay or anything to that effect. Obviously, I don't have any issues if you're gay and so forth, etc. That's just not my cup of tea. But at the same time, I'm just, making reference to the fact that some people, just are a little more entwined their feminine ways, know to show their emotions, so forth, etc., as most people would say. And then you have some guys that are just macho and so forth, etc. Have to be a man, walk like a man, talk, speak, so forth, etc. Now, this is also a downfall for us men as well. And one of the reasons why men don't normally live longer than women do. Now, a lot of you guys may not have known that as well, but it's true. Women does live longer than guys because they tend to express themselves a lot more than guys do. And to be honest, I myself is, fall in the category. I'm one of the person that holds my feelings in, how do I feel, and I don't talk about it. And then one day somebody may do the simplest of things and I kind of snap. I'm the type of person that has a temper, and over the years I've tried to deal with that, and I think I've gotten a lot better, in my opinion. Now, from my experience and from other people, my brother and so forth, family members, and even friends of mine, I can say that I generally think that statement is not necessarily true, but I do think that guys are pretty much emotional too as well. We just handle ourselves a lot better. We tend to hold, of course, our emotions in, especially if you were brought up in a house where you have your father in the house and your mom in the house, a two-parent household. Your father tend to kind of, give you that macho sense of feel to let you know that you need to be a man, man up. And to be honest, some of you guys may not know this, I have a son, and I do try to instill that in my son too as well. There's been time where he may fall, scratch himself, and I'll tell him, hey, look, man up, don't be crying like that. You don't want girls seeing you cry. And sometimes I have to catch myself because, if he's crying, then he needs to let it out. At the same time, there's certain things you want to teach him to be a man in and be a man about. But at the same time, there's certain things you have to kind of just let happen and let it out, so to speak. And in that aspect, I can say I definitely see where I kind of do the same thing my dad previously did before me too as well. So it's almost like a vicious circle that keeps going, and not vicious in the sense of that it's bad, but in the sense that, well, I guess to take that back, I think it can be a bit bad if the person kind of take that to heart and grow up just like that and tend to hold everything in. It can be very, very damaging to your health. It's one of the reasons why guys tend to have mental issues and anger issues and so forth a lot during relationships, especially if they're married and so forth, etc. There are studies that shows that guys tend to some of the time go overboard and sometimes lose their cool because of that, because they tend not to speak to their wives or their girlfriends about certain things that they feel like they're a man and they should be able to deal with, when they certainly should be talking to, of course, their other half, their wife, their spouse, their girlfriend, so forth, etc. Whoever is in the house with them, because it's good to express yourself, let out whatever you're feeling at the moment, whatever is going on, to let it go and then deal with it in, a humanly fashioned way, a human manner, so to take care of whatever that issue may be. And that way you don't go for eternity holding stuff in and, pissed off about something. And then, next thing you know, you blow up and you hurt somebody in whichever way that can happen. Now, it's the same reason why sometimes you may end up, hitting someone that you don't necessarily need to. And it can definitely be a problem. But I, for one, don't think that guys are just as emotional as women, or if we are, just to throw that in there. I think it's because we hold it in and deal with it a lot better than women do. Let me know your thoughts and opinion in the comment section. If you're a female, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What have your experience been? You know, I've heard of guys being emotional, even from girls that I was friends with and stuff. They'll tell me their boyfriend, you know, break down and cry about them not having sex and so forth, etc. It was absolutely crazy. I remember one chick told me that, you know, that she was holding out on her boyfriend and he just broke down crying. Oh, I wanted it. And I thought it was hilarious. So I think it just really varies and depending on who the person that you're with. But I think overall, most guys do deal with it a lot better than women do. But it just might be emotional. In my opinion, I don't think we necessarily are. I think we are emotional, just not as much as women are. Or if we are emotional just as much as women are, we just deal with it a lot better. I guess in a sense you can say just like women cheat just as much as guys do, but they tend not to get caught because they cheat better than guys do. Let me know your thoughts and opinion in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for tuning to another episode. If you guys enjoyed this episode, want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to definitely let me know your thoughts and opinion on it. Be sure to definitely let me know any suggestions you guys may have for a topic you'd like me to do. And of course, as always, I'm your host, JiraiyaGaming. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.